me emphasize that I recognize what I should not do. And though I know it's wrong, every now and then I do. Just to talk to you, there's no better in my there's a strange looking me of the nation. It's lost my heart. Sometimes you cross my mind, and I don't know why, but I hear from you. When I want to stay close, I realize the most will ever be. I've got kids at home, I can't leave them alone. This I'm feeling you. I've got another life, 'cause I still love my wife. So I just want to hear there's no right in the reason. Even when you're
Yes, I did, baby.
The best I can for you, but it seems it's not enough. And you know I care, even when you're not there. But it's not what you want. give you more.
Sing it.
And I feel so out of place. And you know,
sing it, Andrew.
don't you think I'm good enough for you? Can't you see that you're hurting me? And I want this rain to stop. So if you really care, I mean if you really, really care, well then open up your heart to me. Open up to me.
Sing it, goddammit. Sing it. Sing it, goddammit. Sing it, ladies. Sing it, ladies. Oh, we about to get into this shit. not even the same. I'm different. Yesterday I was somebody's baby. Now today I'm a woman. Oh, I can't stand this feeling all alone. Oh, I can't stand this feeling all alone. Somebody hold me tight. Feels good to have somebody love and ride. Let go my long and lonely nights. Oh, I can't stand this feeling all alone. Oh, I can't stand this feeling all alone. Oh, I can't stand this feeling
What's up, everybody? My channel, we like to rock out a little bit before we start talking. For those of you who are not familiar with this channel, we like to smoke our cigars, drink our liquor, and hang with our niggers. Woo! Welcome to the Charles Faulkner Jr. channel. The officer, well now, sergeant of the goddamn law. Man, I want to talk about a little bit of venting. I'm the villain until I got you. I'm the villain until I got you. What did you see my man say to Invincible? Bragg. Grand Regent Thrag said when Alan the alien tried to come up on him, Thrag grabbed him and said, I got you. See, I'm the villain until you need shit that's supposed to get done. I'm the villain when I'm helping you and your peoples out. No, 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 no. I'm the villain when I have a standard about myself. But I don't take bullshit left and right. When I say no to a person that's used to giving, you know, it's funny. I've said this long ago. I give more than I ever receive. I give more than I ever receive. I got accused of some really nasty shit this weekend, and someone said some really nasty shit to me, where I had to be really extremely nasty to them to let them know that I don't care what you think about my voice, my demeanor. I am the god of war. You don't want me in your life in that way. When somebody tries to threaten bodily harm to me, I will protect myself at all times. I'm the villain when I tell you no, but the whole time I've been giving you nothing but heaven. This is the reason why I ask women, do I have the ability to tell you no? And are you going to piss about it? Are you going to be defiant about it? Well, if I tell you no, it's for a reason. I remember my friend told me, well, you say you always bring it back to protection and provision. Why? Because that's the basic damn things human beings need. Nobody gives a fuck about a college degree. Nobody gives a fuck about a certification. Everybody will never remember what you do for them. Everyone will never remember what you say to them, but everyone will always remember how you made them feel. Which one do you think is going to last the longest? Shout out to Roquan Smith from the Ravens when he said, there's always got to be a villain in every book and every story. What happens if that good guy turns bad? What happens if he has one bad day and it becomes a nihilist? 85 to 90% of you motherfuckers can't take the utilitarian. So you'll be devastated if half the people become a nihilist. I think it's really, really interesting when you have those who you try to bless from the kindness of your heart who don't even understand gestures from the heart because they live an unruly life themselves. Question your motives. There's a lot of black men who have a lot of love for younger black men, younger black boys, and young teenage men, not because they're on some pervy shit. It's because they understand how hard it was when they were in that predicament. I had an individual. Why do these young men like? Why does he like being around young men? That's strange. No, 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 no. What you need to ask, why do they come around me? Maybe because they're trying to get away from heathens like you. Maybe because when they're around me, they actually learn something. They're actually taught how to be a man and not a tool to be used. Maybe somebody takes a vested interest and say, you know what? You could be better than the sum total of your parts. Maybe that. Maybe that. If it wasn't for Charles L. Faulkner Sr. and Larry O'Neill Brown Sr. helped developing me into the man that I am today, maybe I would have been that coward. Maybe I would have been that street urchin. Maybe I would have been that fuck up. But sometimes when I'm on the cuffs of greater men than myself, I like to do something that's called pay it back. I've been always taught if you found something, leave it better than what the fuck you found it. There's a lot of young men in Baltimore City who graduated high school because of me. I don't brag on none of this shit. It's what need to be done. But I get accused of some foul shit. I get told that you're going to do some heinous fucking violence against me because you are a failure. Don't make me become the villain. Just don't. But because of your iniquities and your transgressions, what's the first thing you'll do? Blame somebody else and not take accountability of your failures. I've said it before. There's only 3 things the black community doesn't give a fuck about: black boys, education, and being the heroes of your narrative. Even in your Bible, Jesus said there's going to be greater things you're going to do than I do. Paraphrasing, of course. If you think what I did was amazing, look what you're going to do. But this is one thing that you always have to remember. Faith without works is nothingness. I want you to think about this. My head coach, Maurice, told me, we got a 96 percentile rate for the last 20 years of graduating young men at Lake Clifton. You were almost guaranteed if you joined that wrestling team that you were going to get through fucking life. Well, at least walk across that damn stage. I have success stories of guys who I had to literally kick their ass to be successful, and they're great fathers to this day. But I'm the villain when I tell certain people no. I'm the villain when I have to check certain people. Go figure, man. What happens when the stoic statue stops being stoic and starts being the mirror and reflects everything you show to him back to you? No, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. For this certain somebody, I like to say this to you. Don't complain to me. Go complain to the men you had babies by if you could find them. Oops, did I say that? Sometimes you gotta play the villain, forever blessed. Sometimes you have to. You know why? The villain always make you appreciate that goddamn hero, doesn't he? That villain shows you very quickly what happens if there's nobody standing at the gates. What's the old saying? Nobody loves the soldier until the enemy's at the gate. It's funny, right? When you hold people accountable, the true you comes out when somebody chastises you. Do I accept my role in the fuckery, or do I constantly use subterfuge to claim my innocence? Hmm. Hmm. That's when shit becomes ultra interesting. The reason why young men like to come around me is because they might learn something. They might have a boy, they might have a grown man who actually believes in them. I'm not trying to brainwash another black man. We already got enough brainwashing in social media. I'm not your messiah. Sometimes I gotta be the superhero, but what I ultimately became is a guide. Only George Duke can take you to the water and make you drink. I don't tell you to drink. I've even said this all the time. I don't tell you how to think. I just tell you think. It's amazing we live in a world of people with shortcomings. And instead of actually focusing on your weaknesses and maintaining your strengths, you want to build monuments of nothingness. You want to brag on how hard you got to work. You know, it's funny. The people who brag on how hard they work usually don't do a goddamn thing strenuous. I remember living with my ex-girlfriend, Sandra, man. We have them using names. Fuck it. And she used to think that I had it so easy. So did my ex-girlfriend, T. They used to think I had it easy. Maybe because I'm so good at making it look easy. How many dead bodies do you think I've seen in almost 2 decades of law enforcement and well over 2 decades of military service? In my mind, Iraq was 6 years ago, but in reality, it's been 20. Bay said the embodiment of evil is to give people what they desire. The embodiment of evil is really to give people what they desire without the journey and without the struggle. That's the true embodiment of evil. Because things that come so easy, you don't appreciate. You don't appreciate it. I remember when I was wrestling and I lost a minor from Forest Park. And this is when I was running through people 17, 18, and 0. And I lost to him playing his game. Got pinned. And I rarely got pinned. At that point, I was at a fork in the road. Either wallow in my self-pity prison or become that dude with an axe to grind, with a chip on his shoulder. And when I met him in the championship finals, because everybody knew that we were going to clean out the weight class in the tournament, there was no threat to us but each other. There was no challenge that we couldn't overcome to meet each other in the championship finals. At that moment, I was willing to pay a heavy toll to prove that I'm still the man. If I gotta be the hero, if I gotta be the villain to get what I want, so goddamn be it. If 20 young black men are successful and the community hates me, fuck you. I've done my job. What really makes you the villain is this. Is when you can make a success story out of somebody they already written off. Shout out to Toya the Tutor. When she had the video with Ebony K, Melissa Ford, L'Oreal, and what happened? All of these women with all this so-called success, no man, no marriage. Women are not successful doing manly shit. Women are successful by the fruit that they bear. You can make all this money, you can be on TV, and guess what you are? A failure. We need to stop hiding from this shit. We need to call people by their proper titles, adjectives, and adverbs. A failure. If you can't raise proper children, then guess what you are? A failure. Too many people have been called everything, made excuses out of everyone, but don't realize been called that they are failures. What is even sadder is that we have people in our community who could have been so much, but you chose mediocrity. Do you ever give back what you receive? Now, one time did Ebony K. Williams say, "This bad bitch shit is not working if you want a relationship." It's bullshit. It really is bullshit. If anything, it's the bane of your existence as black people. Why do you need to be the boss? Why, oh, why, oh, why? Anytime she said, I go out on dates and people be like, the guys that tell me, put the gavel down. Take a fucking hint. It's like how many years of wrestling that I've coached or competed. If we would have had a fifth of the black community to support these guys who wrestled, we could have dominated college just by going to an HBCU with a decent wrestling team. Kenny Monday is the head coach of Morgan's newly reinstated wrestling team, the first black athlete to win an Olympic gold medal in the sport of freestyle wrestling at the Olympics. With credentials like that, he should have a blank check of bringing all the blessed black male and females to wrestle at Morgan. But what you gonna do? You're gonna Deion Sanders him, and then you're gonna paint him as the villain. Give me 1 second, folks. 1 second. Like I said, you're gonna Deion Sanders him, and if he gets a contract and goes somewhere better, you're gonna demonize him and say that he quit on the program if shit doesn't go your way. You know what the real problem is? Black people, you don't appreciate shit till it's gone. That's the ultimate problem. You don't appreciate it. You don't. You don't. My brother's keeper, Wolf Obama. Who destroyed that? We need to do something for the boys. When Obama tried to make an My Brother's a Keeper initiative, guess who destroyed that? Black women. You wonder why your daughters can't find suitable boyfriends and husbands. Number one, you didn't raise them to be such. Number two, you love power. You love control because you're so chaotic in your real life. You try to control everything you can. Because you can't allow your daughters to get one up on you, you sabotage the men that could have been their husbands, that could have been successful fathers. But you motherfuckers call me the villain. I know it's a meme going around about Florida Evans. I think Florida Evans is the greatest supervillain in black fiction. She told her kids that Jesus was white, Every time they got a hold of money, she told them to get out of it. She kept them in poverty because of her selfish ass, narrow minded beliefs. She forced her husband to take a job where he had to travel and end up dying in a car accident. She never believed in her son's artistic ability. She just wanted people to work just to pay a fucking bill. Does that sound familiar, black community? A lot of you just want your kids to get old enough to work so they can help you pay bills. And don't get me wrong, if your adult or teenage children have jobs, they should take care of themselves and pay a little something to the house, but you want to destroy them. You literally want to rip your kids off. But I'm the villain. I'm the villain. I'm the person brainwashing people, but I'm giving skills to young black men from the ages of 18 to 22 to better their lives through my company. What the fuck have you done? Except allow your children to wallow in obsolescence. What have you done? You defeatist. I've given away more tools than fucking Home Depot to young men and young girls and boys. But yet I get painted the villain. I've rescued kids from abusive homes, but I'm the villain. It's kind of funny, right? Have you noticed in the black community, a lot of young black men, once they get the fuck out of the home, they rarely visit. Why? Why? Told my niece a long time ago. Why doesn't the family support her when she had her baby recently? 3 months ago. I said, "Welcome to being one of Charles's kids. In your case, his grandchild. In your daughter's case, his great grandchild. No, either side of my family ever given shit to my son. In my family, it's my brother, my sister, my niece, my nephew, my three great nephews, and my great niece. My mother and my father. My mother is not the biological grandmother of my niece and nephew, but they still call her grandma. She's done more for them than even their sides of the family, either side of the family. So has my father. So I ask this again. Who are the true villains of the community? Because the favoritism is not a man's trait. Come one, come all. You're right. Black people die old, alone, and forgotten. This is how you know the true villains. You ready? Give me a woo if you're ready for this one. Give me a woo. Get some audience participation. Let me know who's in the chat. We got 22 people listening. Say woo in there if you hear me. Give me a woo if you're ready for this reason why you know who the true villains are. We got one woo. I want to see 21 other woos. Audience participation, please. I'm going to tell you some real deep shit if you haven't thought about this. I'm waiting. I'm not going to say another goddamn word till I see 20. Let me see. We got what? 18 more? 17 more? Oh, we got one motherfucker dropping off in viewership. Somebody don't want to participate, huh? Type woo in the chat if you're ready for this fucking bombshell. And if you want to donate to the channel, if you feel inclined, you can donate to my PayPal or you can donate to my Cash App. I no longer get super chats. Thank you, YouTube. But that's cool. You should donate to people's Cash App anyway. That way you know all your money is supporting that content creator anyway. Support those who speak up for you. That's what I say. Support those who speak up to you for you. Here's a bombshell on who's the villains of the community, right? Everybody knows what happened 1860 to 1865 in this country, right? It's called the Civil War. 1865, the Confederacy lost the Civil War thanks to the emergency provisions of black men fighting in that war, kicking some ass. Came in clutch. Did you know what the Sisters of the Confederacy did when they put their money and resources together? All through the South, they built statues in the honor of the generals and men that fought for a losing army. They put their money together to build statues and monuments for a losing army. What did the women in our community do? I'll let you answer that one. How many Civil War black heroes, Buffalo Soldiers, Harlem Hellfighters, liberators of France and Europe, Pacific Island hoppers, Vietnam vets, Panama, Gulf War, Operation Enduring Freedom, which is Afghanistan, My War, Operation Iraqi Freedom, the Global War on Terror. Where's the statues that plenty of black, honest men fought? Where's their glory? You're supposed to protect the glory, the image, and the honor. All we got is betrayal. As soon as a black man makes a half decent amount of money, you want to take his kids away and you want to fucking use court-appointed extortion to siphon his money away. But then you have the audacity to say, we can't find men on our level. There are no good niggas out here. There are no good men out here. Define what a good man is. And then we'll get to your issue. 85% of your inventions are made by the hands of black men that we still use today in some facet. None of these men were good. I asked when I had the program interviewing a millennial by a Gen Z, and I asked the women who were 18, 19 to 21, why do you date drug dealers when you could date these two fine fellas who make anywhere from $25 to $50 an hour? Honest work. Why aren't you chasing them? Don't worry, white fellas. Y'all catching hell too now. Y'all females are starting to become like ours. It ain't safe out here no more. But so many people want to be intellectually dishonest and historically dishonest or lying, just flat out lying, and say, we didn't choose welfare over our men. Yes, you did. The Native American women went on the Trail of Tears with their men. Them Jewish women went to those concentration camps with their men. When the fuck do you see them say explore your options, even ever so openly? All of you can explore your options, but the mistake was you thought you were an option when you're only a suggestion. Put that in the chat, please. Stop thinking you got options when you're only a suggestion, baby. Stop it. You're making a fool of yourself. I know I had some critics say, oh, he's only blaming the women. But when I go hard 2 hours straight and digging in fucking men's asses, I don't hear you sons of bitches complaining, do I? That goes for the men and the women. Because I think I go even harder on men because there's a lot of fucking men, as Cerulean Gray would say, derelict in their responsibility. Because simps are the foundation that gynocracy raises their buildings and monuments on. Put that in the chat, please. There's a lot of you motherfuckers who will see your sisters, your wives, your mothers, your grandmothers do some heinous shit in the family, and you're too simpy and too weak to even correct them and check them. I said it. Even your daughters mistreating a man that they had a child by, or their boyfriends or their husbands, and you will say nothing to them. And you will let them go by. But as soon as that man say you want to jump all up in his face, you fucking coward. Simps are the foundation that the gynocracy build their fucking castles and monuments on. Don't shame me, shame your peoples. What you really hate is the fact that I'm telling the truth about it. Evil only persists when good men do absolutely nothing. The only way you're going to win in this life is what Red Fox once said, the best way to get on your feet is the best way to get on your feet is to get off your ass. We back, motherfuckers. And please, if you're a sports fan, he's got women's hoops tonight. You listen to the sports extraordinaire, the mouth of the Northwest and South. Shit, East, exactly. The snowman. If you want some sports by a red pill lens, the God honest truth, you want some sports trivia, you want the best damn sportsman and sports show around, go subscribe to the snowman. That's my cheap plug for him. What's up, Toya the Tutor? Great show last night. Nobody likes it when I call out simps. I don't hear shit. Still represent my Ravens. We're gonna be back, baby. Woo! Simps are the foundation that this monument called the gynocracy is built upon. I think it's very, very nefarious when you can tell your mom, your sister, your wife, your daughter, your female cousin is doing something that's wrong or saying something that's wrong, and you do nothing to check that shit. To me, as a grown man, you're nothing but a fucking coward. Oh, we're gonna get that baby next year. Don't worry. Don't worry, Snowman. We're gonna get that. I know. I had to come to the realization. I was averaging 150 to 200 live viewers a show, especially when I was doing 800 live during the passing of our brother Kevin Samuels. But because I'm in this group and I'm speaking the honest truth, regardless if I like it or not, I'm going to be shadow banned. But I'm okay with that. I know where my battles are. This is the reason why it's important to support people who speak up for you. It's important to salute and speak up for a snowman. It's important to speak up and salute and donate to a Toya, to a BGS, an angry man, Unembrace Villainy, and others, because they speak. They're the voice that gets to speak out where others may have to be silent for various reasons. We may not always agree, but we all have a common goal. Saluted Art New Style. AB Media. There's a reason why you have an Avengers and Justice League. We may be mighty on our own, but we're unstoppable when we come together. There's times you got to correct the situation. You can't call yourself a man until you can check the people in your family. And there's times I told people that I love dearly, I'm going to check you and I'm going to say what's right, even if it costs me not speaking to you ever again. And I will tell that to anybody. Is it a risk of not speaking to me ever again? But see, it takes men of character, men of courage. And I'm not even going to just say the men. It takes women of character, women of courage, women of resolve, of substance. I'm pretty sure women like Toyota Tudor gets called a pick me every other day, twice on Sundays. And you know the best response when a woman calls you a pick me? At least I'm being picked. What about you? Mm, mm, mm. The one thing about a pick me, they don't have to worry about getting picked. I want to know how the fuck can you get cancer because of your wife when, truth being told, you've beaten cancer with the help of your wife? Did your sister come and nurse you back to health? Did your sister find you unconscious in the bathroom with blood clots in your lungs? Did they rush you to the hospital? Did they call the medics? No offense. Fuck all that. And fuck them if they don't like it. I'll say it if you can't say it. Fuck them. I know you love them, but fuck them. I hate it when people try to blame good people doing great things for the betterment of other people and you complaining about them. Fuck you. Fuck you. Two things a black man can't be. He can't have a good day, and he can't have a bad one. Pick a fucking struggle. How miserable do I have to be for you to be happy? How miserable do I have to be for my suffering to suffice and give you sustenance? Sustenance. And that's the number one problem. People want to talk about the passport bros. They want to talk about Austin. See, Austin had the courage to go outside of his normal environment and to go elsewhere to search how to be a grown man. See, that's part of manhood 101. To go outside your comfort zone with all these dating, so called dating gurus. Well, you need game to try to talk to this insufferable bitch. Why do I need game to talk to somebody who does not love me? And that's the number one thing we have to take in consideration. Your happiness is paramount compared to everybody's judgment. Your happiness outranks everybody's judgment. See, these are the same motherfuckers who who saluted the transgender community and didn't realize you just let them be able to go and compete against you toe to toe for being a woman. I'm a woman too. So now you idiots allowed the fucking Sodom and Gomorrah to come into your homes and you want to complain when you're losing in sports and jobs and some of your men. You condone that, not the men. You said that was okay, not the men. See, a black man can't be happy, but a black man can never have a bad day. We can never be the Mavericks. We can never be angry and voiceful. We can't have righteous anger. This is sad. I refuse to let a lonely chick like Ebony K dictate what a good man is when she's never seen one or had one bite her in the ass. She holds her mother up in such high esteem and doesn't see her mother as a failure. Ma, how come you and my father never worked out? You know what? I'm going to say this to a lot of people out there, young, old, and in between. A lot of mothers of yesteryear don't want to tell the story that the only reason you were born was because your mama was a jump off and nobody used any birth control or condoms. Ooh, 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 ooh. You were just a Saturday night that your daddy was free. Whoa! Hold on. We're going to do this proper. You just a Saturday night baby. Woo! You know what DC Vertigo's version of Lucifer is so endearing? Because if you watch the show Lucifer, I know Bay does very faithfully, and we talked about it before, offline and online. This version of the devil does not trick you. You choose your own way to hell. He just makes sure you get a ride there. Your mama a hoe. Your mama a hoe. Your mama don't want to admit certain things that she never was in a relationship with your daddy. You were not a fraud. Past that shit. You were never a product of love. You were a product of lust. And that's the reason why they don't want to admit this shit. The whole relationship between you and their dad was a fabrication. There was none. Daddy didn't want a baby. She wanted to keep him anyway. So she had you. The real question is how many of your future brothers and sisters, or would have been your brothers and sisters, would have been born if they weren't sucked through a goddamn tube? A lot of these women out here have more fucking abortions than they have kids. Oh, 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 oh. Talk to them.
By the power of Grayskull.
You know, it's funny. So many of them claim to be pro-black, but they're the number one fucking participants in the genocide of them. Oh, 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 oh. Please hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal. Your boy's cooking. Smoking motherfuckers like the cigar right now. Donate to the Liquor and Cigar Fund, please. Your actions speak a lot louder than your words. My man Indigo Flow from Dundalk. Love them Dundalk girls, don't you? He said at Embrace Villainy, they want to be the education. They want the education, high-paying jobs, taking a finite number of slots from men, and now they're complaining about not enough men being on their level. Why? You took the slots the men would have been on. Wait, we gave women what they wanted. Now they're mad and fighting to keep men in dresses out of their spaces. Evil Lucifer Lab. He said, "You know it. You know I ain't from no damn Dundalk. You know them." Oh, I'm the villain though. I'm the villain though. I'm the villain. I'm the villain, everybody. I'm the villain.
I'm a big girl, big girl, big girl, big. I'm a big girl, big girl, big girl, big girl, big girl, big. I'm a 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 big girl, big girl. I'm a big girl now. I'm a big girl now. I'm a big girl now.
Yep, I'm Baltimorean, so sue me. We say earn, iron, and iron. Okay? And don't forget earn. Trust me. They want to be big girls, both figuratively and literally. Well, if you're going to be a big girl, as the Baltimore Club Mix would tell you, you got to take accountability for your fuck ups just like the men do. Well, the men are not that responsible. Trust me, our names get ran through the mud even if we're not there. There's fathers who are dead and called bad fathers just because they're deceased. They're not there. Come on now.
I'm a big girl. big girl home. I'm a 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 big girl home.
Oh, let me stop before I start rocking to this shit. Huh. Sometimes you gotta be the bad guy and embrace it. You know the type of women I respect? I respect the type of women who acknowledge the mistakes they made in any aspect of their life, just like any man would, and try to do better. Sometimes it may be hard to obtain better, but try. Put forth the strong effort to be better. That woman has my ultimate respect. You know what? I was looking for fun in all the wrong places. I got this kid. I got to do right by this kid, whether he's here or not. I should have picked better. You said it. You said it right there, Blood Boily. You said say hello to the bad guy, right? Say hello to the bad guy. Oh, we got to talk about the bad guy, right? Let me see. King said, Charles Faulkner Jr., did you hear about the guys thinking about using body cams in the workplace? It's not a joke anymore. This is what happens when you put men in a very precarious situation, especially since you started this Me Too and Believe Women bullshit. It's gotten so bad that a woman could just holler your name in certain states and automatically get child support from you, and you never slept with this bitch. And all she got to do is put your name down there, and the courts don't give a fuck. There's no justice. It's just us who are taking the blame. But then women will ask, why don't we approach them anymore? Why? The juice ain't worth the squeeze, ladies. I'm telling you that now. For the men who will fuck you, you're just a fun girl to a lot of them. You literally made dating and mating not fun anymore. There's some guys you can't even sell your pussy to. You give him money to fuck you, he's refusing. I want you to think about that. The Dow Jones said vagina went down 150 points. I'm going to this damn government office for the VA, and I'm hearing two broads and this one dude talk about the Nicki Minaj fucking Meg the Stallion beef like this is the end all be all of beefs. I don't want to hear about a bitch that had four dicks in her mouth and we call it fantastic. I don't want to hear about this shit. You're more worried about their beef than securing your benefits. Yes, it's a pussy depression. The Great Pussy Depression. Anytime in American history, this is the most open sexually women have ever been. And men are willing to get their fucking passports to go elsewhere to find love, to find where they're going to be appreciated. Think about it. In Atlanta, how many of the women who got babies or children are by men who bat for the other team? I'll wait. I'll wait. How many? But yet we're the bad guys, right? We're the villains. We're the antagonists. The men aren't good enough. Then don't look for us anymore. Don't be around us anymore. Just don't. You chose who you chose. You wanted who you wanted, and we're okay by it. And we're okay with it. Good question. I do know that they have both the highest STD rates of the same disease. Odd, huh? But they go to the hospital more than men. And you almost have triple the cases in those STDs than men. Why? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? You go to the hospital several times more than men, but you have over triple the times of diseases. What does that tell you? But we're the villains. Cameras are being banned in gyms now. There it is, right? I'm a content creator who started off with the Gray Faulkner Initiative to make better black men, starting with the boys, and better black women, starting with the girls, but I'm shadow banned. But it took you 3 to 4 years to get rid of a woman who talked about the genocide of black male babies, who was a black woman by the mean, the Iron Bang. But you motherfuckers ain't say shit. And I do have to say shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson for putting that on blast on a bigger scale on Fox Soul when they had their debate. But as soon as he mentioned that, oh, they had to leave. Oh, the show was over. All I gotta say is, black man, keep doing what you're doing. Get off your ass and strive for greatness. That was sick, wasn't it, D. Scott? I'm the villain until he has me. You know you're a motherfucker when the villain has to back you up. You know you're the truth when the villain comes to your aid. They asked him, Where's your army? Who's fighting for you? Who's coming to help you? Who's going to rescue you in your time of need? He has me. There's a reason why the Avengers have a Hawkeye. The X-Men have a Wolverine. The Justice League has a Wonder Woman. You know why? What those three characters have in common? They will kill you to alleviate the threat to society. They will do the dirty work where everybody can wash their hands. Shout out to that holy scripture called the Snyder Cut of the Justice League. What did Wonder Woman do to Steppenwolf? Somebody put it in the chat. What did Wonder Woman do to Steppenwolf? When Aquaman skewered him on the trident, Superman punched him off of it. What did Wonder Woman do before he went through that portal? Somebody put it in the chat. What did she do? I'm waiting for somebody to answer that. What did she do to Steppenwolf before he went through that fucking boom tube? What did she do to Steppenwolf when he was going through the boom tube? She decapitated his ass. She made sure Steppenwolf was not coming back. She's the one member of the Justice League that says, I don't have the villains that you have, Flash, and that Bruce, aka Batman, has. Because when I need to deal with a villain, I deal with them. Her words, not mine. There's a reason why they put the X-Men put Wolverine on Black Ops missions. When something or someone becomes a threat to mutant kind, you send the best at what he does, and what he does isn't very nice. There's a reason why the Avengers have Hawkeye, who's a goddamn sniper. Because once we get past the point of talking, some motherfuckers, the most democratic thing you could do is put them down. There's a reason why people like that exist on those teams. There's a reason why there's people like that who have to put in that work. They are smart enough, they're intelligent enough, they're peaceful enough to know when stuff has to be done, it has to be done. One of the first lessons I learned in basic training, when people talked about conscientious objectors, I'm sorry. Those who don't believe in warfare and, taking a life during war. The first thing we were taught is that sometimes to save a life, you may have to take one. Now, I'm not condoning taking of a life unjustifiably. No. But as a soldier and as an officer, oh yeah, Vegeta was like that too. Vegeta is like that too. You got to remember, Bay, Captain America is not a superhero. He's a super soldier. Okay? When you remember Captain America, the first Avenger, he was in that shield and he had a gun. Cap gets busy. See, a lot of people don't want to read when Cap's on an espionage mission. And he's taking motherfuckers down and out. My favorite version of Captain America is Ultimate Captain America. He's not a superhero, he's a super soldier. There's a reason why the Thundercats had a dude like Panthro on the team. Because what did they say in Thunder? They respected the lion, but they feared the panther. What was his abilities? Vast superhuman strength, master of all fighting arts. Yes, he was. He was killing people in Ultron. Age of Ultron in the movie. There's a reason why people don't like certain people, but they respect them. You're right, Common Sense TV. He hasn't seen his dark side yet. I had to tell of an individual Saturday night when I was shift commander who called me being disrespectful, threatening me with bodily harm and above. And I told him, you do not want a person like me to really go dark. There's a reason why I love to joke and play with people because I'd rather be the nice, humble guy. I don't want to be what I'm trained to do. And I'm getting further training as we go along and plan on getting some more this year. If I post up most of the training I have done, most human beings have not even accomplished a fifth of that. When I was in Colorado at ESI and I showed my paperwork to a lot of them young white boy Marines of what it looks like when you see a real soldier in battle and his capabilities, they were like, well, damn, you don't seem like this type of guy. Because I don't have to be that type of guy right now. Damn right. Hold on, folks. Hold on. So I'm gonna hit you guys later. Woo! Oh yeah, pass that shit.